The annual West Division matchup, this time at Evanston, Illinois on Saturday, as the Badgers took the bus ride down to the north side of Chicago to take on the Northwestern Wildcats. Look at some of the highlights from Saturday's game at Ryan Field. We'll also give you a closer look at the Wisconsin Badgers wide receivers corps. They've had some good, productive games, not just catching the ball, but laying some pretty good blocks on opposing defensive players as well. And we'll have our weekly conversation with head coach Paul Chryst. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
And Hanaoka, good pass protecting running back just to the left of Thorson. Back to throw is Thorson, and he fires, and it's batted in the air and then picked off. That was Conley on the tip and Bondock on the pick. Inside the 30 to the 29-yard line of Northwestern. Second and goal, Wisconsin at the Northwestern 4-yard line. Ingold, the running back, gets the handoff, and that's what he does. He scores touchdowns as Ingold will blast in from 4 yards away. Touchdown, Wisconsin, as the Badgers capitalize on the turnover. Here we go, wing left, wing right. 4th and goal inside the Badger 1-yard line. Thorson going to try to sneak forward again. He's pushing. Badgers pushing back. No signal yet. Looks like a goal line stand for Wisconsin perhaps. And it is. It'll be Wisconsin football on a goal line stand. Running back used to the left of Thorson in the gun. Back to throw. Badgers bringing 4. Thorson a little shuffle to his left. Winds up and heaves it deep down the middle. And Madison Cone picks it off inside the 30 of Northwestern. It was intended for Cameron Green. Jake Ferguson, Danny Davis to the left. Shotgun snap to Cone, looking, has time, throws over the middle, end zone. That is caught by Kendrick Pryor. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Boy, nice concentration by Pryor, getting wrapped up right at the catch. And he hangs on, and the Badgers are in.
I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like I did some good and some bad. I'll definitely look at the film and see what happened. But yeah, I just tried to battle and play as hard as I could.
We had complete faith in Jack. You know, we had whole seasons. You know, people are going to get injured, do whatever. You know, people are going to have to step up, and you know, we were ready for Jack to step up and make it happen. So, you know, he was poised in there, and I feel like, you know, everyone that's on the offense was happy to see him out there and be able to, you know, make some plays with his feet and throw the ball. And you know, it's just something where everyone else had to step up, and we just didn't get that done.
You first start on the road, anything like that, there's a lot of stuff that could go into it, and I think he battled. He played well, he was confident. I didn't think there was anything crazy on his end that he was struggling with. I think he played really well. We just need to help him surrounding him.
Ball's kicked in the air, picked off by T.J. Edwards, and he's all alone. End zone, it is caught for the touchdown. To the 20, to the 10, 5, touchdown Wisconsin. Pressure, and he is sacked just outside the goal line. A big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by Audi. Drive yours at Zimbrick European. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
This is Gemütlichkeit, the spirit of Wisconsin. Hetty feels it. Kim embraces it. Even brother and sister get along. Friendship, warmth, and good cheer. That's Gemütlichkeit, and that's Wisconsin. Nothing escapes its vision.
It maneuvers with both power and grace. The darkness doesn't stand a chance. Progress is pioneering vision. LED technology designed to see and be seen. Found in the Audi A4.
Lease the 2018 Audi A4 Ultra for $359 per month from Zimbrick Audi.
There is a boy who likes tractors and trains. A boy whose heart was far too strained. He was sick, you see, with a heart that broke. His heart needed fixing. His family needed hope. Enter our doctors with their newfangled tests. Enter our teams whose care is the best. Healthy and happy, the little boy's back, playing with tractors and trains on his track. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
I think this comes down to the, I was proud of the effort, certainly of a lot of our guys, but flat out we need to play better football. And, when you're talking about taking care of the football, turning it over is hard, and then when you turn it over in the, backed up and be the opponent's red zone for you, that's hard. And then you got 2 stops and special teams penalties. Cost that, and another special teams penalty on a kickoff return. So we've just got to play better football, and it starts with me as a coach and our coaches, and we got guys putting it out there, but we've got to play smarter and better football.
There's so many goals, to be accomplished during a season. The first one's being bowl eligible. So I think, we have the chance to do that next week. We had the chance to do it this week. Didn't, we fell short, but I think that there's a lot of guys that know this offense can be great, and to be able to put that on tape for ourselves and for our own sake, for our team's sake, for our coach's sake, we trust everyone that's in that room. So we just need to make it happen for ourselves, and that's what we're gonna work towards.
You never want to leave plays out on the field, and we definitely did that today. And it's something we got to get better at in every phase. Just got to get better as a team, and got to make those plays when we have the opportunity.
Obviously a lot of guys are disappointed, but kind of what Coach Chryst said is, you can let it sting, but you got to let the sting fuel you moving forward. You can't just let it sting and do nothing about it. So. Yeah, I think it's a pretty crappy feeling just because, we expect to compete and everybody do their job to put us in the best positions to win, but you got to give credit to Northwestern and their defense. They did a heck of a job stopping our run game and containing our pass game. So, but yeah, definitely not a good feeling.
It's just a guy here, a guy there, being off, and then today it was just too much shooting ourselves in the foot, not clean enough football at all, too many turnovers, too much sloppy stuff. But then there was also good, just got to be more consistent, and that takes 11 guys every single play, and we just need to make sure we understand the importance of each play we get.
It's tough, obviously, a very big game, and when you do things to hurt yourself, on all 3 phases, it's tough to beat teams like this. So obviously I think a lot of guys would do things differently and things like that, but just have to keep moving forward. Season doesn't stop here, so we just got to keep going.
Yeah, we hit a tough spot. It's always tough going on the road and playing Northwestern here, but I think we just got to come together and continue to work hard and continue to work as one, and just put in the work this week and go about it with the rest of our season. There's still a lot of season left and still a lot of things ahead for us to accomplish.
The message was all we can worry about is getting better, and we have to get better. Simple as that. And it's kind of nice because we can be mad today about what happened, but it can't control you. You got to make sure that you're focusing on how everyone on this team can get better, and I think that was the message after the game.
I don't think it'll be hard at all, just because the kind of kids that we have in the locker room and the coaches we have in the building. I'm very confident that we're going to take a step forward and we're going to learn from this and we're going to get better. There's going to be no moping around. We're going to continue to move forward. We're going to learn and we're going to get better.
Ever since she can remember, she's wanted to become a doctor, a surgeon to be exact. Maybe it's because she's good at science, or because she loves math, or maybe it's because Lydia was born with a serious craniofacial anomaly, a cleft lip and palate that required a series of complex surgeries. And now she just wants to help others, just like the surgeons at UW Health helped her.
UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
2nd down and 9. Cohn in the shotgun. Taylor to his left. A.J. Taylor tight to the right. Danny Davis out to the left. Cohn takes little shovel pass in. Gold running left to the 10, to the 5, and is cut down inside the 5-yard line.
Well, it happens to any number of college programs, probably most if not all, as a matter of fact, with the turnover. A lot of younger players are called upon to perform. It seems like, Paul, as we visit this week, that you certainly have had that, and maybe a few more than you might have guessed at the beginning of the season in the back end and even in the defensive line. But when the opportunity knocks, you see a lot of young, talented players doing some good things right now. I'm talking about in the secondary, or a Matt Henningsen in the defensive line. Guys who I think you would call it a starting point. You know, they're pretty good right now and have a chance to be really good moving forward.
And that's what it is. It's a starting point, and it's interesting how different players get their starting point is at maybe even different points in their career. And regardless, you just want them to work and how to get better, and then when opportunity does come. And you know, for Matt Henningsen, he earned that through camp, and you could make an argument, really, it was the way he approached the summer and even just finishing spring ball. And then you go on the other side of that line, and Caden Lyles, he's been around, and yet he's a freshman playing. And even just comparing those two from how they started the season to where they're at now. And then you've certainly got brand new faces, and with the rule change where you could play some freshmen, but there's a number that have kind of passed that threshold. And you know, Bryson Williams, again, going in the D line, there's a guy who's played in every game and played significant amounts in games, and you could kind of see him. He's not the same player that he was, you know, to start with. And Rashad Wildgoose is really just continuing to come on, and the more and more he plays, you can see him gaining the confidence and getting that. And then you think about some of the other ones that maybe have been in the program for a while, and you know, we've talked about Evan Bondock, and then you can almost take the same with Taiwan Deal. You know, Taiwan hadn't played. In fact, T.J. Edwards made a comment, you know, when he was playing the other game, and he was running hard, and he goes, boy, that just shows you how bad he was hurt when he was trying to fight through it, because a healthy Taiwan is so different, and yet he really hasn't had as many. He's had game opportunities, but not like what he's putting together now. So it is interesting how the season presents different opportunities, and those who kind of jump up and jump into those, you appreciate.
I'm always impressed when just as a fan of any sport, when I see someone, especially football, like a Taiwan. I don't know if people would have blamed him if he would have just said, just tap out.
Right.
You know, it's not going to happen. That, if the thought was ever there, he shoved it aside, and it's just so cool to see. And I mean, for you guys, so much more so than the rest of us, to see a guy fight through it and be rewarded and running as hard and being as productive as he is.
That is the great stuff about sport, and I think it speaks to the power of the vision that individual has. And you're right. I mean, there's been a number of times, I'm sure, either, you know, in his own mind or others, like, you know what, there's a lot that's happened to me. It just wasn't meant to be. But, you know, there's a great example of just having it. No, I've got a vision of myself, a belief in myself, and once I'm whatever it was that I can overcome that, it'll be how you want it. And that's awesome to see, and you appreciate being able to be a part of it and to see it and what that does for him, but also how he affects those around him. That's the good stuff.
You mentioned Caden Lyles a couple minutes ago, and only he would know, or anybody else who has done it. He's trained to be an offensive lineman at this level.
Right.
He's coming over to the defensive side. It gets him on the field, but he's a smart guy. I remember talking to him a couple of weeks ago, still learning. Of course he is, right? I mean, he's making that move, but he's helping this team out.
He is helping the team, and you hope that you're always continuing to learn. And there is such a difference between, you know, offense where you're kind of, you know where you're going and you're an aggressor that way, where defense is a reactionary aggressiveness, and it's a complete flip. And so I got a ton of respect for him just diving in and learning that. And then it's been fun to see him continue to grow and develop, and it's only going to help him as a football player in general. But he is a smart player, and he's smart enough to know how to get better. He's smart enough to know you got to put the work in to get better. He's smart enough to know that there's a lot of knowledge to be gained from Olive and Isaiah and Garrett Rand, and he's doing all that, and he's impacting and helping our team.
I think, too, of your offensive line right now, Logan Bruss is fairly early in his college career. Jason Erdman's a redshirt junior, and you run the jumbo package. Those guys get on the field. It helps you win on Saturday, but there've been a lot of examples the last couple of decades where linemen come in as part of the jumbo package. They got the game experience now, knowing what could be there for them next year, or in the case of Logan and beyond.
Right, and those are huge moments, and whether it's being on the road at Iowa and playing in a loud stadium, or at Michigan, or just having to handle a long drive, all those things that you think you're ready for. Logan's experienced that, and there's another one like you talked about, freshman impact that you don't know. I mean, he had one game where he didn't play. They were all at tight end, but he had 29 reps. That's a lot of football, and a couple weeks ago, we had Joe Thomas as the honorary captain, and that's how he started. Yep. And, Gibby was a tight end, and it doesn't matter where, you just one spot a little bit wider, whatever that is, if you can help the team, those are great for the team, and it's certainly good for the individual.
Yeah, for those newer to who follow Wisconsin football, picture that. Joe Thomas is a tight end, or going back before that, Aaron Gibson, who was about 4 bills, but extremely athletic. Think about him as a tight end. They've all been in that role at Wisconsin, and went on obviously to pretty fair careers here at Wisconsin and beyond. We'll check in again with the head coach in a few minutes with the Great Dane Great question of the week as the Badger Sports Report continues.
Nothing escapes its vision. It maneuvers with both power and grace. The darkness doesn't stand a chance. Progress is pioneering vision. LED technology designed to see and be seen. Found in the Audi A4.
Lease the 2018 Audi A4 Ultra for $359 per month from Zimbrick Audi.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
Did you know there's a Mahindra for everyone and every job? Test drive and save during Harvest Demo Days. Like a 6075 four-wheel drive, a 9125, a 2538 or 2638 HST, and a 1526 or 1626 HST. And test drive Mahindra's utility vehicles too, only from the world's #1 selling tractor, Mahindra. Hurry in for the best savings of the year at your Wisconsin Mahindra dealer.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
It's amazing how a big play can make you feel like you belong. Freshman receiver Aaron Cruikshank is the Badgers' latest example.
Jumbo look, Cruikshank motions to the right, jet sweep right. Here's Cruikshank at the 20, 15, to the 10, to the 5, breaks a tackle, touchdown Wisconsin. Aaron Cruikshank from 23 yards away to the end zone.
In my mind in the huddle when I was hearing the play call, I was like, all right, I gotta line up first, right? Before they call a timeout and they take me out. So I made sure I was lined up right, and then Hornibrook just snapped the ball, and then it was just me and one guy, and I had to beat. And then next thing you know, I'm in the end zone celebrating with the teammates.
I'm sure he's watched it about 200 times, but in all seriousness, it was good. I mean, it's a play that we thought could be a big play for us, and obviously with his speed, we thought he could hit that edge pretty quick. So, you know what, it was just glad and was excited to see that it came to fruition as far as a big play. Obviously, it brings that big play capability, but you know we're challenging him still to try to be a complete player. Try to go in there and block occasionally, and he had a big block a couple weeks ago against Nebraska. Jonathan Taylor's long run where he threw every bit of that 158 pounds in there. But he definitely changes that way because his speed, that's one thing I cannot coach.
I know what I'm capable of. I know that I did it before. I know I could do it again. So now I have a little more confidence going in.
Not only has Cruikshank gained confidence, he's found a home, a brotherhood with his fellow receivers.
It's been a group that has supported each other from day one, and that hasn't stopped. So they continue to try to do their work, try to do their job, and continue to support each other no matter who's in the ball game.
When one of us makes a catch, the other two receivers or the other receiver is trying to run over there and celebrate, and I think that's just the love and the bond we have for each other.
Ferguson, A.J. Taylor, and Kendrick Pryor out wide to the right. Chris James, a running back, on 3rd and 10 from the 11. Shotgun snap, Hornibrook looks, throws over the middle, and it's caught by A.J. Taylor. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
We've been competing. We play for each other. We play for the man next to us, and I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to a team and camaraderie and all of that. We've really just been competing for each other.
You saw that on Aaron's touchdown and that little celebration it had as a result of a penalty, so that's another story, but they do support one another.
A learning experience for the Whiteouts. The flag didn't end up costing the Badgers, but don't think it was forgotten.
Yeah, we got it down. We just can't be on the field because it was like 3 of us already on the field, and we kind of got a flag for that one. So we had to be more on the sideline like the running backs do it, but we have it down though.
For the Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst, I'm Jay Williams.
Flu season. It'll get here before you know it. Good thing it's never too soon to get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Save yourself some worry and get your flu shot today. Plus, use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card and you can save 20 cents a gallon on gas. There's no appointment necessary, so why wait for the flu to get you? Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy and get your flu shot plus your 20-cent Hy-Vee Fuel Saver discount today. Some restrictions apply.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
They are the ones who found a way to isolate a single prostate cancer cell hidden amongst a billion healthy blood cells. The ones pioneering advanced genomic testing in order to create personalized treatment protocols. They are the ones you want to talk to when the diagnosis is prostate cancer. They are the physicians and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the Carbone Cancer Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time with this week's Great Day, Great Question of the Week, and we check in with Pete up in Fort Washington. Wants to know, Coach, how, if at all, has recruiting changed in the last 20, 30 years? And I'll assume he's not talking about the recruiting calendar, just the art of it, the routine, for lack of a better word, of recruiting.
Right. Certainly, part of the change in recruiting is a change that we're all experiencing. The social media, the different ways to communicate. And another big change, I think, is now we're recruiting at least 2.5 classes. So you're not only recruiting seniors, you're recruiting juniors and a lot of sophomores. So I think that the volume of players that you're recruiting at one time more actively is certainly a lot more than in the past. It used to be, shoot, when I came out, and this is a long time ago, it was junior year in May, you might start hearing from a few colleges, and then your senior year, your senior film was real, and everyone would take their visits after the season, and then you'd sign in February. And now everything's kind of gone faster, it's happening earlier, and so, you know, right now there are 4 classes, you know, seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen, that we've put extended offers to. And we don't just give offers to anyone, they've been on campus, you get to know them, they're at your camp. And so I think that the volume of players that you're recruiting and the number of classes is what's changed the most.
All right, well, thank you very much for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations in Madison, east side of town, downtown Hilldale, as well as Fitchburg. The Hilldale site is where the coach's radio show takes place every Thursday at 6 o'clock at the Great Dane, alive and well up in Wausau. Badgers and Rutgers as Wisconsin returns to Camp Randall Stadium coming up this Saturday. We'll talk to you after the game. Thanks for watching.
Did you know there's a Mahindra for everyone and every job? Test drive and save during Harvest Demo Days. Like a 6075 four-wheel drive, a 9125, a 2538 or 2638 HST, and a 1526 or 1626 HST. And test drive Mahindra's utility vehicles too, only from the world's #1 selling tractor, Mahindra. Hurry in for the best savings of the year at your Wisconsin Mahindra dealer.
Nothing escapes its vision. It maneuvers with both power and grace. The darkness doesn't stand a chance. Progress is pioneering vision. LED technology designed to see and be seen. Found in the Audi A4.
Lease the 2018 Audi A4 Ultra for $359 per month from Zimbrick Audi.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.